back, Kevin.
So as usual, let's first start off with the deck. The length of the deck is a little over 33 inches, which is a normal good cruiser length in the longboarding community, and the width is about 8 inches in width. The deck is made up of ABS, fiberglass, maple, and composite. It also has a nice concave, just like all the other Zealots. Now, the best part about this board, in my opinion, is its portability factor, given it's under 17 pounds.
Okay, so this is what I like about this board. When you think of shortboard, you think of mobility, you think of the kicktail. I don't enjoy kicktail as much as a longboard, but I do like mobility and I do like lightweight longboards. So this is kind of a miniaturized longboard, if you will. Usually when I'm on a shortboard, the boards are still somewhat big and they're chunky and they're heavy. But the problem is, with me, I have kind of a more narrow stance. It doesn't look like it that much because this is such a small board. But my point is, when I'm on a kicktail, I have to put my foot all the way back here to utilize the actual kicktail. And then I'm wider here than what I want to be. And it's just uncomfortable. With this, since it's technically a longboard, I can still keep my stance like this. And I do all my carving like this. And this is how I am comfortable while I'm riding. Like I said, I'm a smaller rider and I have a more narrow stance. So it's like having a shortboard and a longboard combined. So I like that longboard feel, but the mobility of a shortboard. It's small, it's compact, it's super lightweight, has a lot of cool features to it. And again, it has that longboard feel that I love so much. But most of all, having a longboard that's super mobile and lightweight is just awesome.
So when you hold down the power button on the board, the illumination kind of greets you and lets you know the board's power is on. The illumination will shortly turn off, but to turn it back on, you double tap the power button and the lights will have a solid illumination. Then if you double tap again while the lights are illuminated, you can switch modes. Then it gives you this kind of breathing pattern. Then if you double tap the power button again, the last mode is a flashing pattern. Then if you want to turn off all the lights, double tap the power button one more time. The remote that comes standard with this board is their 5th generation R5 remote. It has everything you need while riding. Your battery meter for your board, your battery meter for your remote, reverse, your speed, your trip, total miles, turbo button, speed mode button, power button, the red lanyard so you don't drop the remote and break it, which I think is a little nicer rather than just a plain black one. And of course, BACKFIRE's comfortable hold to put your index finger while riding to make it more secure and a little bit of fun. As for the wheels, BACKFIRE is utilizing their standard 96mm urethane street wheels that are 80A diameter, 55mm in width. These are the same stone ground finish wheels that are on the Zealot X and the Zealot S2. They have very good grip while carving and can handle all the sidewall cracks. As for the trucks, these are 7-inch, 50-degree reverse kingpin trucks. They're gravity casting aluminum alloy, and I have zero complaints. In fact, all the Zealots I've ever owned, ridden, I've always had so much fun on all the Zealots. It gives me that perfect amount of carve and stability at the same time. I'm actually not a big fan of reverse kingpin trucks, especially wide ones, but something about the Zealot reverse kingpin trucks are perfect. I'm also glad they didn't go super wide trucks like other street boards do. As for the motors, The BACKFIRE Zealot V is utilizing 750 watt dual belt drive motors, which I think is just fine for this type of board. As for the ESC, this is BACKFIRE's 10S FOC ESC, which I think is a collaboration with Hobbywing as well, in order to retain that smoothness that Hobbywing provides. I also think these fins on the side keep the ESC cool, and those thick gaskets that's between the deck, the ESC, and the battery helps the board retain a water resistance level of IP65.
Okay guys, top speed test on the Zealot V. Full battery, turbo mode. Let's do it. All right, let's check the rider app.
So as you can see, it got 25.4 miles per hour with the Zealot V, which I think is just right for this type of board.
Okay guys, here we go. Acceleration test on the BACKFIRE Zealot V. Turbo mode, full battery. On go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Good acceleration. For what it's made for, it's exactly what I thought it should be. Okay guys, here we go. Giant hill test, same hill we always use. So the issue is it takes about 4 miles to get here, and I'm down 2 bars already. So I'm obviously not going to be going up this at the board's best power point here. But let's see what we're going to do. Got the rider app open. I'm going to go up in turbo mode. Let's see how she does. I'm thinking about 14 miles per hour up the hill. Let's do it. And again, I got 2 bars gone already. It's getting up it. It's just not flying up it. It says 16 miles per hour on the remote. Alrighty. Even with 2 bars gone, it still made it up that hill. Let's check the rider app.
So this small board got 15.8 miles per hour up this giant hill, and it had 2 bars gone, which I think is more than fine for this type of setup.
Now let's do the braking at 14 miles per hour. 1, 2, 3, brake. Alright. It's not aggressive, but it's not super sluggish. I would say it definitely could be a little bit improved when it comes to the brakes, but a smaller setup, you don't want an aggressive braking on a small setup like this. And same thing for acceleration. Whether it's jerky, whether it's super responsive, it's a small setup and you don't want that. So I'd rather it more on the smoother side and more mellow side than aggressive. So good in my opinion.
As for the battery, this is a 10S 2P 216 watt hour 6 amp hour battery. As for range, I'm a 155 pound rider and the temperature was about 64 degrees Fahrenheit. I got 12.5 miles riding in mostly S mode, hit some hills and carving a whole lot. Now keep in mind, this board is not meant for long range. It is meant for the fun, portable commuter cruiser board with some cool features and great customer service. Constructive criticism.
I do wish the deck had more flex to it. It has some, but not a lot. What I'm told is with these strips, these LED strips, you can't make a real flexy deck like the OG BACKFIRE Zealot with these actual LEDs. That's what I'm told.
Now this is my biggest issue with all the Zealots. The base of their axle is a lot bigger than all the other normal 2-in-1 boards, which means their current pulleys, the holes of the bearings are way bigger than an actual normal pulley bearing. So this normal pulley will not fit on any Zealot axle, which means you can't change up whatever wheel you want. The pulley on the bottom is the Backfire one. As you can see, the hole for the bearing in the pulley is significantly bigger than everything else. Now this board comes with a standard ABEC that fits their wheels. Some of the ABEC wheels fit their pulleys and some don't. As you can see, every ABEC pulley is a little bit different. This is why I always prefer Kegel pulleys over ABEC pulleys. The older Zealots came with extra Kegel pulleys in the box, so you're able to utilize things like boosted wheels, mad wheels, and orangutan wheels. But the Zealot V did not come with extra Kegel pulleys in the box. So if you want to utilize wheels with a Kegel core, then you'd have to purchase them from Backfire. Even if you did purchase that from Backfire, you're stuck with a 36T pulley only. They don't sell any smaller or bigger pulleys for the Zealots. So your wheel choice and your pulley choice is very limited. Now something else I don't really like, that even when you break loose these bolts, the motors don't really shift. So even if you found different size pulleys, you can't really do the proper adjustments. My last piece of constructive criticism are the wheels. Now they've been making their very own 96mm wheels for quite some time now, and they're actually pretty good wheels, but I think it's time to get something softer and wider. Even the dime a dozen 90mm China base wheel, Summer 78A, Summer 76A, I think would be a better choice. I think for this small board, that would be a good choice. For the regular Zealots, Zealot X, S2, something like the Evolve 97s that are much better quality, softer, and a little wider than this, I think is a great idea. If Evolve can make their own urethane and Backfire can, I just don't know why Backfire hasn't updated their street wheels yet. Final thoughts. Now, someone like me that loves a solid cruiser, just like the original Backfire Zealot, but now you want something that's smaller, lighter weight, much easier to carry around, and with a few more features, this is an awesome choice. I'm definitely going to ride this to my local bar, run some errands with it, bring it along with my dog so she can run along with me. But most of all, just have a nice, vibey, fun cruise, knowing that I have a nice, lightweight, smaller longboard underneath my feet that weighs a lot less than normal boards. But where this board will really shine is that college commuter or that city commuter. If you're someone that lives in the city and you ride 2 to 22 blocks to work, this is a great choice. Or if you're a college student that drives to campus and the parking lot is far from the actual building, this is an awesome choice. Or if you don't live too far away from campus and you're under 12 miles from campus, this will obviously get you there. Topping off inside the building will get you another 12 miles of range. We gotta understand, riding 10 to 12 miles without stopping is a lot. I think a smaller commuter board like this with 12 miles range is plenty, especially knowing that you have to carry it around steps, around school, or inside the workplace. Just charge it while you're in class or you're working. Discount code eSkateUnity at checkout. Thanks for watching, guys.